They had beds.
No.
So they put a blanket on the floor and a cushion.
No, wait.
And I slept there.
Wait.
Exactly.
You have to back up.
So I didn't leave her alone.
No.
The part.
See, I fell in love with her, but she didn't fall in love with me.
Right. Let's start with that.
That's what she said.
Let's work with that.
Okay.
We get a close up in here.
Well, I want a tight shot of this.
Then, you know, she got tickets for in Yankee Stadium
Right.
to watch how the
First time you saw it.
how we beat the
Germans.
How do you call it?
Germans. Japanese.
You know how the USA went along with the shooting.
In World War II.
You know, to our enemies.
Right. Yes.
And with machine guns and
D-Day. D-Day.
D-Day, whatever it was called. So she got tickets because she worked for the government.
Celebration of D-Day.
Yeah.
But this was your first date?
Second date.
Second date.
So,
Who was the first one?
She worked for the army, you know,
Right.
so she got tickets, free tickets. So she asked me if I want to come along. I said, sure, why not? Because I wanted to be with her.
Right.
So I said, yes. So we went to Yankee Stadium, and they were shooting away, you know, with the guns and other things and so on. So she got scared, so she was holding on to me.
That was just an excuse.
That I liked.
Yeah.
But then she broke up with you.
Well,
Then she
broke
stops.
up with you.
yeah, no, she didn't break up. I broke up with her already.
You
Because she
did?
didn't want me too much.
Right. Well.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
so I figured she's not the girl then. I wanted to get a girl. I
Right.
wanted to get married already.
And she what? What?
So then she said, so the next day she called me up. She said, where were you? I said you don't want to see me. She said, I didn't say that. I just had a date, so I didn't want to see you that day.
somebody else.
I took it differently.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
she had a date.
I would say, you know.
Then how did she? But then she went to Coney Island after that with her
No,
girlfriends.
that was before Cody.
Why?
Yeah, that
this
was
this was before
Coney Island was the
Coney Island.
beginning.
After that, yet.
Yeah.
She's always trying to break up with me.
Right.
Right.
So she went to Coney Island to break up with you, partly.
No,
right?
she didn't go to Coney Island and break up with
Right,
me.
but she broke-
already
I
broke
followed
up.
her.
Wait. Yeah, but get to the point about she broke up with you and then she went to Coney Island, correct?
No, she never broke up with me. She just, when I asked her for the date, she said she's busy.
Well,
That's all.
That's
She didn't
That's
break
fine.
up
okay, but
Well, that's her own way.
tell it, why did she go to Coney Island?
with her friends.
And then why did you go to Coney Island?
I followed them.
And did they know you were coming?
No, she didn't know that I'm following.
So then tell what happened when you showed up at Coney Island?
Well, I followed her right where she is.
Well, how did you
Where she
follow her?
lives.
How did you follow her?
I don't know how. I forgot already how I followed her. But
Like, how did you
I
know where
followed
she
her.
was?
Like, did you wear like a hat like down low and
No,
sunglasses?
No, I just went to plane.
Okay.
But I followed her. Maybe she didn't see me. I don't know. Or maybe she's acting. I don't know.
Yeah. Could be that thing
Okay.
that
So then you knocked on the door, I guess,
Yes,
right?
and then I walked in.
And
She said, "What are you doing here?"
How many women were there in this
I
hotel
said,
room?
"I'm following you."
yeah, how many girlfriends
How
did she
many
have?
women were in this hotel room?
That was like a
I
house.
think three.
Oh, it was a house? Oh, I thought it was a hotel room.
Yeah.
They had three beds, I think, or two beds or something. So
Right.
two slept in one and two the other. So I had to sleep on the floor.
Yeah,
But now,
but
did she say when you showed up there? She said, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what did you say?
I said, "I followed you."
And then she said, "Well,
Since you're here, not so stay.
I mean, did she say she was happy to see you, or?"
No, she didn't say anything. She said, "Okay, come on in, we'll talk
Oh.
see, you know,
And then how long did you stay there?
all night."
Oh, all night. And
Any
then
hanky
you went
panky
home the
or-
next day?
no hanky
No, I
panky
didn't go
no.
home
No
yet.
hanky panky.
No hanky panky till they got married.
Walked with me in the boardwalk.
And then she took a walk with you in the boardwalk? Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
took a walk
That's
with
good.
me. And I saw some of my cousins
Uh-huh.
had a place there,
Oh, yeah?
so I introduced her to them and so
Oh.
on.
Yeah, what would have
And then I
happened?
went back.
What if you knocked on the door and she said, "What are you doing here?" And you said, "I followed you." And she said, "Look, I'm here with my girlfriends. I really can't see you now." What would you have done?
I would have gone home. I don't know. She never just said that. I don't know what's going to happen.
Right,
This
that's
is
true.
playing it by ear.
You know, I would never have had that luck.
So wait a
If I had
second.
ever tried that, I would be kicked out of the house.
After that, I just went.
If
After
you were
I
lucky,
brought
they
her
didn't call the
back,
police.
Yeah,
This
no.
guy's
it was
stalking
getting
me.
late, so
Yeah.
I went home.
The next day.
And then when
But
did you?
she was off from work. It was her holiday.
Oh, I see. Okay, you had to go back
So
to work.
then, so you took a walk with her on the boardwalk, and you.
Beginning, yes.
Yeah,
And I brought her back, and I said
Then you went home?
goodbye.
And then did you? When she came back from Coney Island.
She told me when she's coming back.
Oh, okay. And then
That's how
you.
I knew.
And you called her up again then.
Yes, I called her
Yeah.
up, but I proposed to her, and she refused it
Oh,
the first time.
right.
Did she give you a reason?
No reason, just said I'm not ready for it, and that's
Okay,
it.
that's fair
Something
enough.
like that.
Right.
Fair
So
enough.
I figured that I don't want to see her because
Right.
I was looking for someone to get married to.
Right.
Right.
Because
So-
I was reaching 30 years.
Yeah.
I'm getting to be an old man.
Right.
Right. So then,
Those days, 30 years, you're old.
Right.
but she wasn't that young either. I
She
mean,
was
for
3 years younger.
right. So she was 27 in those years.
But
that
she
was,
wasn't ready to get married.
right, which is
Yeah.
interesting for 27.
When they like keep working or something, that was actually.
Yeah.
Well, she had a good job. She
Yeah.
She worked at Whitehall Street, right?
Right.
Whitehall Street.
The draft board.
So
Yeah,
then,
So then, how? Okay. So then.
then when she came back, I went to see her again. That's when she took me to the Yankee Stadium.
Right.
So,
Okay. I see.
yeah.
And then when did you? So after she told you.
And you must have been really happy when she
Well,
called and asked you to go to Yankee Stadium.
After,
wasn't it, right?
after the Yankee Stadium, she saw I didn't jump. You only
Right.
shot the guns and cannons and all that. She was jumping, all you know, it's like
Yeah.
scared.
Right.
And I sat so nice and quiet,
Yeah.
didn't bother me.
Mhm.
So she said, then we went home, and it's, how it happened, I don't know. I did propose to her, but she wasn't ready for it.
Mhm.
But then, all of a sudden, when I didn't come to see her, I had a date.
That does
Mm.
it.
That does it, yeah.
So
Yeah.
she called me up. She said, "Where were you?"
Ah.
That was the
Good.
story.
Yeah, that was very good.
That's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I held back.
Yeah.
The
That
best
was
part.
smart. Yeah.
And so then she called you, and then you.
So I said, "You wasn't ready for me. I was ready for you."
Right.
Yeah.
You proposed, and you turned me down. I said, "I'm looking for somebody to get married. I'm 30 years old, and I want to get married."
Yeah.
And I thought you'd be the one. She says, "Well, I wasn't ready, but I am ready now."
Wow.
This week I'm ready.
Right. Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. She really played hard to get, and then he played hard to
So
get.
that
Yeah.
was the trick.
Yeah.
That was a trick.
Yeah.
And but going up to Coney Island, that's an interesting move.
I know.